What is up, YouTube world? J Coffee on the vid. And listen, you guys know I always talk about how I bring all different content. And one of the things I like to talk about is TV shows to binge out on or dope movies. So make sure to get in the comments if there's any shows or movies you'd like to talk it up, discuss in a video. But anyways, man, I want to talk about Cobra Kai, right? This karate jump off that they got is now on Netflix. I had seen this thing as a YouTube original for the last couple years. And, I remember the Karate Kid as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And we've rewatched it a few times because my girlfriend loves it, you know what I mean? She's was a big fan of Daniel's son, wax on, wax off, all that good stuff. Mr. Miyagi, R.I.P. But, they brought this thing to Netflix now. This was a YouTube original, so I don't know if that means that it's deaded off, canceled, and that's why it's on Netflix, or Netflix just paid to pick it up. I don't know, but when I kept seeing this thing, right, I kept thinking about it and going, man, another reboot, remake, spin-off, something, whatever you want to call it. As you guys know nowadays, everything's like getting remade, rebooted, and a lot of them are straight trash, right? Straight buns, garbage. But this was actually good, right? Like, wifey seen it on there. She seen the trailer and she was like, bae, let's binge watch this thing. Let's check this out. And, it's actually good for like a remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it. They did this thing the right way. You know what I mean? Like, they really got into this, connected the old with the new, continued it, all that good stuff. Like, it's pretty interesting the route they went with it. Now, quick sidebar, okay? Now, when I'm talking about remakes and reboots, something I just wanted to throw out there that I never watched, that I was shocked when the reboot, remake mania was in full effect, full swing. I seen them had made TV shows of Rush Hour and Lethal Weapon, and I could never bring myself to watch them because I was just like, they really made a show off these? Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And I had seen other remake reboots that were buns, and it turned me off from watching them. So anyone who did watch those, tap in the comments and let me know if those were good. Also, tap in and let's talk about other remake reboots that were made into TV shows or new movies or whatever, and which ones were good, which ones were bad. Let's get a whole discussion going. Let's get a list going. Let's talk about it. But anyways, getting back to this, it's pretty interesting the way they went with it. As you know, in the Karate Kid, Daniel's son was the good guy, the Cobra Kai. Johnny, this guy, you know what I mean? He was the bad guy. Daniel's son overcomes all odds. Mr. Miyagi trains him. You know what I mean? He beats the bullies. He goes to the tournament. He wins the title, and it's a happy ending. He gets the girl, all that. It's all good money. Everything's good. Life goes on. There was some sequels. I don't remember the sequels that well. I could have sworn one of the sequels, Daniel's son was rocking with the Cobra Kai. I'm not positive, though. But anyways, getting back to talking about this show, the way they went with this thing is 34 years later after, the loss, they see where the characters are at now. And Daniel's son is doing good. He's got a car business going. He sells cars. He ain't no like punk ass selling lemons, used car salesman. He's got an official dealership with Porsches and all that good stuff. Number one dealer in the Valley. He's chopping prices, karate style. Everyone loves him. He's a karate hero, the biggest to ever do it out of the Valley. And Johnny from the Cobra Kai is hitting the bottle a little too hard. He's got a strange son, bad relationship with his son. And I know a lot of us, we can all relate to not knowing our fathers that well. You know what I mean? He gets arrested fighting with some kids that were fucking with his car, trying to say, and at the same time, he kind of saved this kid who lives in the same building as him that was getting bullied, right? Now, I will say now, I don't want to give up any spoilers. I may possibly give up some spoilers. So, like, if you're really worried about that, tune out of the video now. But I will say I won't try to get too far into it. And also, I haven't even watched this whole thing. There's 2 seasons on there. I'm not all the way through. You know what I mean? But getting back to what I'm talking about, it's really interesting the way they went with the story. Like, you guys tapping in the comments, let me know if you agree. It's kind of interesting. Like I said, we see the bad guy, Johnny nowadays in his life is, down in the dumps. And through all this, what I was just talking about, getting arrested, saving the kid who was getting bullied, he decides to bring back the Cobra Kai, open the gym back up, start training some kids, and, solve his financial problems that he's in. We also find out Johnny, who back in the day was, during the Daniel-san situation in the Karate Kids, he was the rich kid prick, but we find out that was his stepfather. You know what I mean? Like, he really wasn't a rich kid. He lived like a rich kid, but, as he says in one part of the movie, just because there's a good home doesn't mean good things are like from the looks from the outside, doesn't mean good things are going on within the home, right? I mean, and that's something, in daily life, a lot of people struggle to survive, myself included. I've been there. I've been, through every aspect of life. I've been through it all. And, when you're just struggling to get by, you see people who are fortunate as far as finances and they're privileged. You know what I mean? But, to their defense, to a degree, everyone does have their problems. But life is life. We got to push on. We got to make the best of it for ourselves. And, hey, sometimes coming from nothing, or majority of the time, you're stronger, strong-willed, mentally, you're ahead of the game, and it is what it is. But it's pretty interesting, though. He ends up, training this kid, trying to reopen the dojo and all that. And, basically, like I said, without going in too far and giving any spoilers, this kid helps him, mature as a man whenever he wants to give up or, flip out and everything. And real quick, too, he's been hitting the bottle a little hard. He's got a drinking problem. And real quick side note, the guy that plays Johnny, I think really was hitting the bottle in real life because he's looking kind of rough. Daniel's son as well. Like, these guys didn't age well. I mean, I get it. They're pushing 50, but, I don't know. They've, they age like spoiled milk, I guess. I don't know. You guys can get in the comments and let me know if you agree, but he definitely got that sagging skin in the face, lines like the Sahara Desert, alcoholic face look going on. You know what I mean? But like I said, every time he's going to quit and things get hard for him, the kid that he's training, gets him to focus and push on and never give up, etc. So, I don't know, man. Pretty interesting show. I just wanted to tap in. Like, I watched some of it last night with wifey. Now I see this thing's the #1 trending show on Netflix already. Also, it's got that nostalgic feel. If you came from the 80s, there's a lot of that 80s stuff going on and everything. And anyone from the Valley, who's a little older, was that like really what the Valley was like in the 80s? You know what I mean? Was there people out there doing karate on each other and all that? And also, we see a lot of things from the movie. It's kind of cool the way they did it. I guess I don't know that we call them Easter eggs, but the bonsai tree, Mr. Miyagi, Daniel's son's got one, giving them out to everyone at his car dealership. That's kind of cool. We see they bring back their original karate gear and they're rocking them, which I don't know how it would fit you all those years later, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, not everything is airtight with these storylines always, but all in all, they did a pretty good job telling this story. The fight scenes are pretty good. I'm not really like a kung fu. Like, I don't have nothing against kung fu stuff or nothing like that, but I'm just never really got into it. But the fighting scenes for, Hollywood TV, whatever you want to call it, I thought they did a pretty good job with the fight scenes and all that. Oh, yeah, another like Easter egg or something that reoccurs too is, if you remember in the original one, when dude goes to the Halloween party, you know what I'm saying? The Halloween costume that he rocked, the skeleton joint, someone wears that same costume in this one. And what's really interesting, I thought, as far as the storyline goes, right, is it kind of shows you, it's strange, right? Because we know in life, right, in every incident, every instance, whatever you want, altercation, whatever, every story, when someone tells what happened, there's always 3 sides, right? There's the one person's side, the other person's side, and then, the truth is somewhere in the middle. But it's just kind of interesting. At one point, this bad guy, Johnny or whatever, who's now kind of gets flipped into being the good guy in this one, it's kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, get in the comments, guys. Let me know all your thoughts on this. But he's telling the story to the dude that he's training about what happened with him in the Karate Kid, right? And like I said, when you watch the Karate Kid back in the day, you look at this guy as just a douchebag, bully, punk, jealous, piece of shit jerk, right? But when he tells the story in this one, you kind of like, and they're showing flashbacks and all that, and that's another good thing they implemented in this was the flashbacks. They were on point with their flashback game, the way they used them, etc. You know what I mean? When he's telling his side of the story and we're seeing the flashbacks, you're like, whoa, wait, hold up. From his perspective, like, he's telling the truth. This is what happened. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of interesting. And then you see Daniel's son telling what happened from his perspective, and you kind of feel what he's saying as well. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of goes to show you in life, like, put yourself in someone else's shoes before you go reacting and just different things like that. Like, I don't know. I just kind of thought all in all, they did a good job on this one. You guys get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Everything I touched on this show. You know what I mean? Just everything I touched on in this video. Also the remakes, reboots. Let's talk about the good ones, bad ones. Also, if you enjoy these types of videos where we're talking about movies or TV shows, like I said, recommend some other ones. Like I always say when I do my videos on J Coffee Talk, we talk all different topics, right? We talk music news. We talk conspiracy theories. We talk sports. Trending news, all kinds of stuff, guys. We talk it up about everything, and that's why this channel is dope. Y'all should subscribe because there's something for everyone, and it's all about hearing what the people got to say. So I look forward to talking with you guys in the comments. I will catch you guys on the next video. It's J Coffee Talk signing out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.